Yo, yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for...
Yo, what's going on? We're
good,
live
good.
back on another Thursday for the Fight Lounge. We got a new co-host with us, Dab Father, Dab Daddy as he calls himself. What's going on today, buddy?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Great. We're doing great today. Coming off a pretty good UFC. We had a break week, lots of time to look into these fights. And it's in Austin, Texas. I know you're a Texas guy, so very fitting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Last Austin card, we killed it. Looking to do it again.
Hell yeah. Doing it again. I'm looking to do it again, too. I'm right there with you. How'd you do last week or last 2 weeks ago?
It was good. It was good. It was good. Made some nice money. Cashed some nice bets. On to the next.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, let's just jump right into it, shall we? Get to the first fight of the night.
Let's go.
Jamie Lynn Horth versus Veronica Hardy. Veronica's plus 140. Jamie's minus 175 now. It opened at about this line, and then it flipped to Veronica as a favorite, and now it flipped right back over again. It's crazy line movement there. Jamie's the bigger girl here. Hardy's 7-4. She's 2-4 in her last 6 in the UFC. Hasn't really been doing very well in the UFC. And then Jamie, she's moving down to 125. She'll definitely be the bigger girl in this fight, but I'm going to wait for weigh-ins, but I'm definitely leaning towards Jamie, and Jamie by decision. What about you, Dabs?
I agree with everything you said, but just because it's a women's fight, I honestly lean the dog. Paying minus 200 on Jamie's a little wild for me, but I do agree with everything you said. You know, she's going to be bigger, stronger. The grappling will help her out. There's no striking defense on the end for Hardy. She gasses, injuries, but I know one thing you can implement into this cap is Dan Hardy. I think they got in a week early into Austin, and were acclimated with a lot of the BJJ coaches and the grappling coaches in the area. So, hey, you could take that for what it's worth, but. I do agree. I lean Horth, but paying minus 200 was a no.
Yeah, I don't like it now. It would have been nice to get it when it flipped towards her.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got in at plus one. I think it was 100, 105 or something. But I honestly, I think I'm gonna cash that bet out. I'm gonna cash the bet out, and I'm gonna live bet it. If Hardy comes in round 1 and implements a grappling plan, I think I'll try and hop on Horth live because she should be the dog around there, and that's where I want the dog money on Horth. So that'd
be a nice spot to find it live too. Yeah, I'm gonna wait
I do believe Dan Hardy has her ready, but she takes too many shots. She takes way too many shots. She doesn't have any striking defense. She's gonna get hit at will.
Yeah, she definitely needs that here.
I think she's gonna get hit off to death and win a decision.
Yeah, I definitely like this one to go the distance for sure. You know, low-level women's fight start. We've seen that so many times. I mean, this isn't the spot where they're setting anybody up for a knockout or a finish. So, not a lot of finishing potential.
I don't know if you believe into the whole Dana White doesn't like this person and that person, but I mean, he doesn't fuck with Dan Hardy. I don't know if it translates to his wife, but it's whatever. And hold on, there's another. I seen somebody talking about Hardy used to date Khalil Roundtree.
Really?
And Roundtree was supposed to be on this card, right?
I think he was, yeah. Then they got switched out and pushed to the next card.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of bullshit to in this fight, but
but no, I definitely believe that the UFC doesn't like Dan Hardy, and Dana White is that petty to do some shit like that.
Yeah,
he definitely is that guy. Fuck, 100%. But, you know, Veronica, she's put in a lot of work. She did look better after she came back after her 2-year layoff for sure. But, we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, I agree with that, but who does she fight last? Juliana Miller, dealing with a lot of mental issues outside the ring.
Oh, it's
Looked
such a
horrible
nice
her
spot.
last fight.
That's
So I
right where you
mean,
want to take female dogs. You know,
right?
300. I was like, yeah, let's go.
I think, but I do agree though. People are kind of putting too much into Hardy's last performance against a very very low level opponent. So you know,
It looked
hey,
better, but that's what I
it
was
is
gonna.
what it is.
We'll have to wait and see how much better.
Exactly. I do want to see both girls on the scale, both women on the scale. So
That and the fight too. I mean, yeah, both those things.
yes, sir.
Good place to judge her going forward. She can, make it, or can Jamie Lynn stay undefeated? We'll find out.
Yes, sir.
Let's move on to the next one here. We have Wellington Turman versus Jared Gooden. Wellington is minus 190 now. Jared plus 165. I think it's come down a little bit, minus 160, maybe plus 140 for Jared Gooden now. But what do you have here? Anything? Pretty greasy fucking fight here.
I think we're gonna take Wellington Turman round 3 or decision. I don't know if you guys can get that on your book, but I'm waiting for my book to drop that line. I want round 3 or decision. I think Wellington Turman honestly gonna get takedowns at will here. But the thing with me is, I don't really think Wellington Turman can get a finish on the ground. If he does get a finish, it'll have to be like a crucifix TKO.
He did it once, but it was really one of those fluky throw up an armbar quick, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what?" And that was his last victory, actually.
But then again, you're going against Jared Gooden. I understand Jared Gooden's a very tough guy, sort of liked in the MMA community, vet of the game, but he's getting taken down by very, very, very low level competition outside of the UFC. So I can only imagine what Wellington Turman's going to do. So minus 205, definitely a parlay piece for me. Another thing, I think it should be around 275. Round 1 or bust for Jared Gooden, honestly. He has to land a very, very hard shot and put Wellington Turman out.
Definitely a KO or bust for fucking Gooden there, yeah.
Gooden. And I think working with Teixeira and Pereira, Teixeira, Glover Teixeira, and
it's a good gym, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a great gym. So he's putting in that work, and you got to go. Hey, you got to go with the roids. When the motherfucker's roided up, you take them.
Yeah.
So
there's
I'm
actually
gonna
a lot
go.
of big Brazilians on this card, strangely.
And somebody threw a stat out. I don't know who it was. I need to go back and fact check it. I do agree with them. Last time, I think it was Pepe Silva. Shout out my boy Pepe Silva. I think he said last Austin card there was a bunch of Brazilians that won. RoboCop won, I do believe. He's a Brazilian guy, right? RoboCop.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
He was on this last card in Austin against who was it? Julian Marquez. I think that was Julian Marquez. Yeah. He knocked his ass out. But I don't want to go into detail on that. But yeah, they like to set the Brazilians up. So we're gonna ride with.
Yeah, UFC's always loved their Brazilians.
Hell yeah! I just want to give that line out if I can get it on my book. Round 3 decision.
We'll see. Yeah, if he subs this guy, I think he'll get it. Lots of times we've seen Wellington Turman, waste a lot of energy early trying to get these subs, but I don't think Jared Gooden's.
So the book kind of agrees with what I'm saying. They're saying TKO or decision.
At what price?
Minus 150, even money. You can get TKO or decision, even money.
Okay.
If you want to take the sub in decision, that's minus 150. Which I honestly, I don't think he's gonna sub Gooden. Gooden's pretty good on the ground. Once he knows how to defend. I'm not gonna say he can get up and but he can defend.
That's what I have too. He's got enough grappling to keep it standing here. And Wellington Turman's not bad in the striking.
He's not bad, but honestly, I really want him to take it down.
Yeah.
I really want him to take him down. Like I don't want him to. Gooden, dude, he has some power, bro.
Oh yeah, he definitely does.
He's
got a lot of. I think he's got 11 KOs on his 22 victories. So 50% of his victories are KOs.
Plus 400 for Jared Gooden KO. You can get 900 for round 1. So if you're scared, take the money line, and if you want to take Jared Gooden round 1 if you're really scared, but.
Yeah, 900. I definitely fight doesn't go the distance. Maybe a parlay piece on that one. Yeah, there's a lot of
I don't
finishes on
know.
both sides.
I could really see it. See, yeah, the books are saying even money for the fight to go. So it's a toss up, honestly. I think Jared Gooden can stay safe. He doesn't want to come back to the UFC and get finished, right?
Nobody does.
And Wellington, are you telling me Wellington Turman honestly that aggressive in the ring to where he can?
No, I haven't really seen it. No, he's gonna try to fucking take this guy down, probably. Like, defend the striking, and then I think as it goes on, I haven't seen him do too well in the gas tank department either. Like, I was kind of thinking about a Jared Gooden dog shot, but should have taken it earlier because that price is coming down now.
I mean, if you want to take a dog shot, take the round 1 KO. 900 is very outpriced for his method to victory. You know, that's so that's where I'd look. But no, I'm gonna stick to my cap. I like Wellington Turman decision, round 3 or decision. Be specific with it, but my book's not giving me those lines anymore, so I can't attest to that. So I'm gonna take the even money line, Turman by KO or decision.
KO or decision, hey?
Yeah, break that 200 down to an even money. That's what I like.
That's not bad either. I don't know. I haven't placed a bet yet. We'll see where I get to. Maybe just bet this one live too. See if Wellington doesn't gas in the first round or not.
I think
see what happens.
3 rounds. Jared Gooden, honestly, the one to gas, if anything. Very, very big guy. A lot of muscle mass. I think he'd be throwing those bombs at will and gas the fuck out. And honestly, if he does do that shit, 2-3 makes sense. That's why I wanted 3 decision. Yeah. I like 3 decision, but that covered me. I'm like, getting that.
Fight ends in round 2, 3 for both sides.
You can get Wellington Turman 2, 3, 750 and 1200. So.
Yeah, those are pretty good prices too.
And at even money, they don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. So at those prices, just sprinkle for me.
Yeah, I think somebody gets finished here. We have 2 guys that have suspect gas tanks, and one guy's got a good KO power, the other guy's got good submissions. I think somebody's gonna get fucked here.
Let's go.
So yeah, the under fight ends in round 2 or 3. I'm gonna look at.
What is this? Is this a welterweight? This is welterweight.
Welterweight, yeah, 170.
Hey, even money for the fight not to go in welterweight. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, this is actually a bigger division card. There's lots of welterweights and light heavyweights.
I like it.
So I think there's going to be a lot of finishes on this card all around, which actually leads into the next fight with Ihor Peteria and Rodolfo Bellato. Bellato is 11-2 minus 400, 20-4 on Ihor's side. He's plus 330. And I'll be honest with you, Dabs, I'm still mad at Ihor for what he did to Shogun Rua. I'm still mad at him. And I think the UFC probably doesn't like him the most either. Not because of that, but, he hasn't been the best lately. I definitely think they're trying to put Rodolfo in a promotable spot here. So he's only got 1 finish in the UFC, Ihor, and that was 42-year-old Shogun Rua.
Yeah.
So Bellato here, he's got a lot of finishes himself. What is he, 11-2? He's finished 10 of those fights. And then on the other side, Ihor Peteria, 5-19. Sorry, 19 out of 24. So together, these guys have finished 29 out of 35 of their fights. That's 82.5%. So I'm definitely going to be looking at the fight doesn't go the distance here. That's probably juice to hell, but I'm going to be taking the Rodolfo Bellato side inside the distance. And maybe 2 or 3 also. Leaning towards the sub, but I think I can find a good price on the ITD for both a KO and a sub. What do you have here?
Hey, bro. We really haven't spoken too much on this card behind the scenes, and I agree with everything you said. I would say 1. The only reason I don't want to say round 1 is because it's plus 125. I'd rather just parlay up ITD at 225, get my money. But yeah, man, I think it's only one word for Ihor, and that's ass. Very, very bad fighter. Bellato ITD looks very good. 400, don't be a bitch. That's a parlay piece.
Yeah, I'm seeing
Um,
minus 250. So
okay, I got minus
definitely
400 on my book.
parlayable.
I think that's a nice parlay piece. Bellotto is a great grappler. Great grappler. Honestly, if you want to
Yeah.
get real nasty
Sub is
with it,
plus
round one
250.
sub. I
I
mean,
would
round
lean
one
towards
sub
the
plus
sub. The
400.
sub's plus 250 and the KO
Yeah,
plus 120. So I think they're trying
yeah,
to draw you away from the sub maybe just a little bit. I mean, he could KO
exactly.
him too, for sure. But
Exactly.
I'd
That's why
definitely try to take
I'll
the
be playing
price
two
here in the
things on this
sub.
card, on this fight. I think ITD is a parlay piece for the boys out there, and I'm gonna sprinkle on that sub. 225 is nice. I'll probably sprinkle on round one as well, plus 400.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
that's
the
that's
books are
juicy
really
to me.
telling you it's round one plus 110, two plus 300, and then it jumps a fuck ton. Round three, you're getting a plus 2,000. So they're really kind of saying Bellotto in round one or two.
Yeah, fights in and round one is even money for me on my book. So yeah,
So yeah, that's
yeah.
the way I'm going to look. Round one, and then pick your poison with the sub if
Um,
you want to add that on there. But I would just take a plus 110 and then sprinkle on the round two at plus 300 just in case
just in
he
case.
does survive round one, because that's not out of the realm for him to survive 5 minutes.
It's not, but when you're on your ground and you know you're not getting back up, just give up, homie.
Just give up.
Just give up, homie.
That's
Bellotto's a
fair.
big boy too, man. Very big boy. What's the measurables on this fight? I know Bellotto's around like 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". How tall is Ihor?
Bring it up here.
No, they're the same height. They're the same height.
Yeah, both 6'3". Rodolfo has a 2-inch reach advantage.
I mean, to be fair though, do you guys? I mean, we're all UFC heads here, so I know you guys remember what Carlos Oberg just did to him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, at
that was a nice
UFC
price tag on
PBC
his
4.
KO there.
That was the very easy fight. Round one, KO, dropped him, just put him on his ass. And honestly, Bellotto has some power standing up too. He can throw some bombs. So
Oh, absolutely.
ITD very likely to be played for me. So
Yeah,
that's
me
where I'm
too.
at.
That's going in a parlay minus 250 for sure.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, there's not much else to say there. That's really the cap. It's what's going to happen.
I agree.
So the next one we have is Steve Garcia. He opened up at plus 140, and then Melchizedek Costa was minus 160, and now has moved to minus 250, and Steve Garcia's plus 210. What do you have here? I know you got a lot on this fight.
Yeah, we're going with Costa. Steve Garcia is just. I mean, I don't want to say the guy sucks, but his chin against Costa is gonna cause some problems. Costa's very. Let me say. How can I say? He's very smart on the feet. You know, he's gonna throw feints, draw Garcia in, and just tag this boy the fucking hell. But I've already put Costa in a parlay. I'm writing that with Rob Font. Talk about him later in the card, but I'm already on Costa. So, but I
Yeah,
honestly I don't want to get too sweet on this card. The money line is just take your money when you can get it. I like the money line 250 for me, and a parlay that's nice. But I honestly think round 2 and 3, uh, he can get a finish. I think round 1 he fills him out, throws those things, see where he can draw him in, and then goes for the kill round 2 and 3. Because
yeah.
Garcia, he doesn't have a chin at all. He does not have a chin. Costa has some power. He's gonna catch him.
He's got enough power here. At featherweight, that's not a bad division. We can see knockouts here. Seen them lots.
I mean, yeah, it's featherweight, but Costa's just a very big boy. He's a big boy.
I
Costa's a
think
big boy.
featherweight's a fine division for some knockouts, even bantamweights.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bantamweight, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, 145. I mean, these guys can knock each other out for sure. Steve Garcia, he's got a lot of KOs, and I think he's KO or bust. He's got 11 of them out of his 14 fights. So,
And Costa's the younger
three
guy.
in decisions. So if it goes to decision, I think it's going to be Costa 2 there.
Way younger guy, and I think Austin Lingo was a harder fight than Steve Garcia. In my honest opinion, but
Yeah, I think he could find a finish. I think he's better like all around. Where Steve Garcia is kind of a one-trick pony. and I don't think that's going to work here. He's going to have to get a finish early, Garcia is, and I think he's a good enough fighter to get around that. He could even take a punch. I would say Costa's got a decent chin.
I mean, when you're getting
Not sure he's
finished
ever
by Chase
been
Hooper,
knocked out. So,
I mean, I don't want to say that. We've seen what Chase Hooper just did to my guy, but
yeah, that's true.
But Chase Hooper, I mean, that was back in 2022. He wasn't really filling out back then. Yeah, he wasn't.
He's moved up to lightweight now, trying to get a little bigger.
But still, beating Steve Garcia round 1 with left hooks.
I don't think that's gonna work here. Like Costa's never been KO'd. I'd be pretty shocked if Garcia knocked him out.
Yeah. Younger guy has some durability with them boys at Shoebox.
Hey, we got Grit and Grind in the building. What's good?
What's good, Grit? Hey, happy belated birthday, homie. Happy belated birthday.
Shout out to you too.
Yes, sir.
My pen. All right. Do you have anything else on this fight here?
Hey, one more thing. Set your boy Milk up. Get him a round 1 KO. Doesn't get scratched. Turn him around for UFC 300 with his boy Charles do Bronx, International Fight Week. Set the Brazilians up. Set the Brazilian up.
Yeah, they usually do that too. I mean, they love their Brazilians. Everybody does. They've been good, solid finishers for years. Everybody loves to watch the Brazilian fights. They're fucking incredible.
I agree.
Yeah, I might look at Costa ITD. Might not be the worst price because they're not going to be favoring it like crazy. So
yeah,
should be good. Should be good. Should we move on to the next one?
Let's do it.
We have Joe Selecki. He is opened at a plus 170. Now he's plus 105 versus Drakkar Close. Was minus 200 opening, now minus 125. So a lot of people smashed Joe Selecki early. I wish I could have gotten in on a plus 170. But I took him when it fell to plus 120. I caught it. Like I said, now plus 105. And yeah, I mean, I like him by sub. That's going to be a good price, or decision if you can get that kind of a double chance. Sub or decision, I think, is the path for Joe here. I mean, Drakkar Close, he hasn't been around a lot. He has injuries and canceled fights and all that other stuff. And, within that time, his prime years just passed him by. And now he's 35 years old. I mean, everybody knows that. And I don't know. I just don't think he's going to be the same after this. I think obviously, again, UFC, they want to build the new, younger fighter. They're not trying to, get this a 35-year-old. For a fact, Dana White doesn't like 35-year-old guys. He's not trying to sign them. He's trying to get rid of them. So what do you have here?
Yeah, man. Close, round 2-3 KO. I am on Drakkar Close, rounds 2-3 KO.
Ooh.
I really don't think Selecki's going to be able to get a finish. Even when they dry round 1, I don't think he's going to be able to get a finish. Drakkar Close has never been subbed. Tough as shit. I don't honestly. The injuries, they could be a concern. I just want to see how everything works out on the scale. It could be a concern. Honestly, no, I don't think so. Brendan Jenkins, right? Y'all remember that fight? Brendan Jenkins.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that fight? Okay. What was the other guy's name? Rafa Garcia. He's a very well-rounded guy. Very well-rounded guy. And
he's good.
Yeah, he's great. And I think Drakkar Close did exactly what he's going to do this fight. Keep it standing, piece him up. It could get sketchy round 1. As I just said, it could get sketchy round 1. But after round 1, when Drakkar Close is probably a dog, I'm smashing him. I'm going to smash him pre-fight. And I'm going to smash him live, and we're going to cash them tickets. I think Selecki's round 1 or bust. After round 1, he's going to get tagged. It might even be round 1 he starts to get tagged. He might not even be able to get the takedown. And Selecki's just low volume. He doesn't even know how to strike, in my opinion. So it's round 1.
No, he's low volume on the feet for sure.
It's round sub or bust. Round 1 sub or bust.
Yeah, I think
and he's chinny
to the ground and
he's chinny. And he's chinny.
Selecki.
Yeah. He's chinny and he has no gas. Chinny and no gas. Round 2 and 3. I have to take it.
I mean, I don't think much of Jakar Close. I don't think he's a world beater over here either. You know.
I mean, yeah, it was a long time ago. What was it? Almost 4 years ago. Benny versus Jakar Close. I mean, that was an amazing fight as long as it lasted. Okay, and I think you go
not because of that.
Oh no, you don't.
It's not solely that. It's just
you don't do that.
Carry
just
on
out of the blue. You don't just do that out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who you are. That's who you are as a fighter. I think that's gonna carry on. He's a dog. He wants to get paid. You don't want to be the man in the house in the lower promotion with your girl. Okay, you still want to be in the UFC. You still want to have that job. You still want to show the UFC you're still that guy, even though you're 35 years old. Jakar Slow's 13-2. He's training with those guys. Timbo Welch out there, Sean O'Malley out there, training with those guys. So he's coming in here, and I think he gets to finish round 2 and 3, round 2 or 3. You know, so look at
2 or 3.
Yes, sir. 2 or 3. Let me get those prices out. I can.
Yeah, I thought he was older than that.
He's 35. No,
What doesn't tell me here. Yeah, 35.
And what? Selecki's 30 with no gas tank and he's chinny. Give me close all day. I'm telling you, those guys out there in fucking Arizona, they're doing shit. They're doing big shit. You guys don't think?
Oh no, they're really good.
Fucking grapple and defend the takedown. Nah, they're doing that. I'm not
doubting that at all.
You know, so book it. Close KO.
I'm booking it.
I mean, close KO. I like it. That's plus 300. They already know the deal. It's crazy because they're favoring Selecki decision.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
How are you gonna favor Selecki?
I think Selecki needs the finish. Like I said, but I think he needs a sub to win, and I like his sub price at plus 275.
Why is Selecki sub round 1 plus 7?
I have favoring Car Close decision at plus 175.
I mean, if you like Selecki that bad, take him round 1 sub plus 750.
Yeah, I don't want to get that greasy with it. I was looking like at a finish here again too, like on both sides. So the under and the fight doesn't go the distance. They're still good numbers too if you want to take both sides. We both like them for a finish.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, the under, yeah.
Yeah, plus 105 on fight doesn't go the full distance, under 2.5, plus 120 if you want to cut off that extra 2.5. I would just take the plus 105. You know, you get plus money already. Don't be greedy. Take the full 15 in case there is that round finish. Get all that risk back in there at plus 105.
Yeah, I'm taking.
I'm definitely going to be looking. The fight doesn't go the distance too.
Plus 1,000 and plus 1,600 for Jakar Close 2 and 3. Yeah,
there you go. Those are big fucking numbers too. I might have to spring. Even I like to play conservative and get less risk out. So you can do the fight ends in round 2 or 3, and that's still both.
It is
sides.
It is. Yes, sir. It is
still plus money.
I would agree.
Plus 400 or plus 600 if you take both sides.
Yeah, so 450.
You're not getting your 1,000s or your 2,000s, but it's not bad for both sides for a finish. Just in case Selecki's getting his ass whooped and then he throws up an arm bar or an arm triangle or some crazy shit. We've seen that before.
Time again.
So less risk, still plus money is not a bad look.
I agree.
But if you like your side, plus 2,000 is fantastic also.
Hell yeah.
So a lot of looks there. Scrambling brains with looks there. Let's move on to the next one. Our favorite guy in the entire UFC, Cody Brundage. He was a plus 240 opening. He's now plus 195, and then a 6-0 debuting Zach Reese opened at minus 280, and now he's minus 230. I mean, that line, definitely too much for me to take Zach Reese, but can we trust Brundage? I know we can trust him in round 1, and that's a really nice way to play him if you like Brundage. But I don't know. I don't I don't like Brundage. But that being said, against a UFC debutant, I might have to put my fucking heart aside and really take the guy with UFC experience at plus money. Because we've seen a lot of times these 6-0, 6 finishes on the regional scenes. That's not impressive to me at all. I haven't even seen Zach Reese in round 2 or 3. So he might gas also. You know, Cody Brundage gasses, we've seen it. But this guy might too. We don't know. What do you got?
Yeah, I can understand everyone back in the this Zachary Reese guy, but I'm very in tune with Fury FC, Houston-based MMA scene. Very in tune with that. It's low level. I mean, yeah, you build guys, yeah, to get into the UFC. They have a contract with each other and all that. Whatever they show them on UFC Fight Pass, but
everybody comes into the UFC with a 5-0 or a 6-0 record. This is the spot where they come into the UFC.
And this is
carry on.
This is the spot where I mean, I like Cody Brundage, honestly. I don't, even if it gets out of round 1, I like Cody Brundage because we've seen Cody Brundage can get out of round 1. He can get out of round 1.
Oh, yeah.
Now this Zachary Reese guy,
he's a little weasel.
This Zachary Reese guy has never gotten out of round 1. You know, so just off of that, I have to take Brundage, and Brundage, he's a big boy, y'all. We knew Jacob Mountcou was gonna put him on, even though I bet Brundage round 1, bet his money line. I felt like, hey, if this is gonna happen, I'm taking
the line was too wide there.
Exactly.
The line was too wide, so we took a random shot. And we got lucky for sure, but that's why you take it when it's too wide. We've seen that before.
I took it. Yeah, we won, but
anyways. But I think this is another spot where everybody's going to be disrespecting Brundage. And, you know, I disrespected Brundage to full transparency, but I don't think he's that bad as everybody's screaming from the rooftops. He could definitely probably hang with this guy. Yeah. I believe. So, again, I'm going to take a shot purely at the price. It might even go up more. But, I got a plus 220 or something on him early.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm going to put my heart aside and go back to Brundage, right back to the well when I said I wouldn't do it. But, I mean, he's got the right opponents where you have to take a shot.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm going to take a shot on Brundage. I'm going to take a shot on ITD. You know, I'll take that plus 300. I kind of want to sprinkle on round 1 and round 2 KO at plus 1,000 or 2,000. I don't think it even makes it 3, so that's not even a possibility for me. I know some people sprinkle it just in case, but I don't think it even reaches 3. Hardly think it reaches 2, but I'm gonna take 1 and 2, very big numbers, and I'm gonna take a shot on that ITD. Why would I take money line when I don't think it goes to decision? I'll take that extra, money. So that's where I'm at. And Cody Brundage, he can even get a sub, y'all. He can get a sub. I know the Zachary Reese guy likes to get it to the ground sometime. He has a couple of subs under his belt, a couple of KOs, but I don't think he has enough power to KO Brundage. Brundage has been in there with who? Trayshawn Gore? Was it Trayshawn Gore?
Yeah. Have we ever seen him sure he got knocked out or whatever, but was he ever unconscious? No. And I
don't think Reese has enough power to really do that. And the line indicates it, man. The line indicates they don't know what they're gonna get from Reese. He's the undefeated fighter, the taller fighter. He has the. I don't think he has the striking advantage, but I think he has the striking measurables. If you understand that, that's where I'm at with that one. But I can understand why people are taking Reese, but
I think he's got the more.
I'm not gonna. I don't.
I could definitely understand the fate on Brundage.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my shot again.
Try to not jump the gun here,
Yeah. And babies motivate you, man. Children motivate you.
Too.
He has a baby girl.
And Zach Reese round 1 at plus 130 in his UFC debut. I'm not. If anything, you're doing Cody Brundage round 1 plus 600. Yeah, right.
Yeah, round 1 is crazy, bro.
They always do that to Brundage.
I don't know why they keep doing that shit. I don't know why.
They're just trying to drive people away. Everyone says he won't do it. These are the spots I like to be contrarian.
Me too.
He won't. He just sucks. But I don't know.
Yeah, I might sprinkle. Yeah, I think I gotta take the plus 1,000 or plus 2,000 is kind of crazy for me. 20 2,200 even on sub is like what? If it reaches round 3, that's crazy. Plus
I'll probably go
5,000.
with.
Sheesh, man.
I'll probably see what tape I can find on this Zach Reese guy, but I didn't really look into it
Very
because
FC. You can get some nice tape
you know
on
the
them. They say
tapology is
about the
just, you know,
tape.
round 1, so it's easy to you can't really get a good read on a guy when he's got a bunch of round 1 finishes. It's, you know,
But I understand it.
tape study doesn't really. But we'll go back and have a few looks at it anyways. If we have nothing left here, we'll jump on to our girl, Cupcake, Misha Tate. She opened up at plus 160. She's plus 125 now. Against Julia Avila, 9-2, open minus 185. Now she's minus 145. I mean, Misha tried to go down to flyweight, sorry. And now she's going back up to bantamweight, which I don't know. It's probably the best move for her. She lost 3 times in a row, but, you know, she fought pretty high-level competition. Except for her last ones, you know, Marion Renault was her last best win, 44 years old. And then after that, it's all L's for her. So, I mean, I'm not too high on Misha Tate anymore, but, I mean, Julia Avila, not very high on either. If I'm doing anything here, it's definitely fight goes the distance. It's all juice to hell. But we're going to throw that into a parlay because I think this one goes the distance. What do you have?
If there's one thing I'd like to know, can I get a pass? I do not like this fight at all. Both of these girls are coming in here with some shit behind them. Avila with the injuries, long layoff, baby. She got that fucking blubber. She is not looking good right now. And you got Misha Tate over here looking like fucking Wonder Woman, looking shredded, fucking beaming motivation. So I don't know, man, but hey, there's a narrative going
if there's
around
ever a
that
time
Misha
it was at
Tate
plus 160.
is the more marketable fighter. Get her a win. UFC 300's in town, July. Let's get all these bigger fighters
I
coming.
would actually have that as my next point here. Misha fought at UFC 200, and you know I think they're gonna do is try to have a few of these fighters that were like UFC 200 and 300.
Yeah.
Jim Miller, we know, is going to use the only one that's going to be at 100, 200, and 300.
300.
Probably going to have Misha. She was at UFC 200 and 300. They can talk about that. And then a guy coming up on the card too. I don't know. You go ahead, though. But there's somebody else on this card that is at UFC 200 also.
There's a couple of them on this card that I like. But overall, I really think
Clay
Misha
Guida.
Tate get the
Clay
dub.
Guida was at UFC 200.
Clay Guida can go through. He can come. But
yeah, that'd be sick.
I like Tate to get it done. Honestly, I don't see a finish. It wouldn't surprise me, but because Tate she looks good right now, y'all. I was on her Instagram stalking. She looks good right now. I like what she's doing. She's training hard. Then you got Avila over here pumping titty milk, taking care of the baby. Got fucking blubber on her hips and tummy. She needs a little tummy tuck right now, baby. She need to do something with that shit because she ain't looking good. She's looking like a female Nate Diaz, and I don't like that. Look how she stands. She's broad as fuck. I think Misha Tate's honestly gonna be the faster, stronger girl here. Avila does have the measurable advantage, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm going Tate decision.
She does, but maybe when she's not in full form, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have.
I like Avila to get fucked up. Tate can take her down. Tate can even take her down. Tate can take her fucking down. Yeah. She might not even have to strike with her. Just take her down and fuck her up. So I might even take split decision
she has
here.
All the skills to be able to push this girl around for 15 minutes.
I'll be honest. If you're torn, take split decision here. Fuck it. 750 and 700. They're not the biggest. But they understand this fight could be close.
Split decision is never a bad look for a women's fight. Never a bad look.
So, they're big numbers. Maybe on your book you can get something nice, but if you can also get point spreads on your book, I know New Jersey, New York all has them. Some of these books down here, Chicago, they have them. But if you can get point spreads, -170 is a parlay piece for me. +3.5 for Misha Tate. I don't think Avila runs away with the fight at all. So I'm gonna be looking at Misha Tate as a parlay piece. That point spread at the parlay piece keeps it very close. And I do like the narrative. Dana White likes Misha Tate. Misha Tate's only she's like the next biggest star in the UFC besides Shev. They don't even fuck with Pena like that. But
she was, and then if they want to get her to UFC 300, she's got to get a win here. They can't.
I agree.
Put her in as maybe they can as a loss, whatever. But I think they're gonna, try to line up all the old classic stars. Like I said, you're gonna have Jim Miller there, possibly Clay Guida, who knows, people like that. But they're gonna have a few legends on the card, and they're gonna try to get in there.
Bro, she has 2 million Instagram followers. 2 million Instagram followers. Marketable. What is she going to bring? Eyes. What are the eyes going to bring? Money. What is the money going to bring? Happiness, joy.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, let's go. Misha Tate by decision. Misha Tate money line. Misha Tate. I'm not going to bet them all, but you pick your poison. I think split is a very good bet because it could be close. But then again, I think Misha Tate just fucks this bitch up, takes her down, ground and pound her, beat her up. Maybe can't get the finish. Maybe gets a round 3 sub because I think she takes her down. People aren't looking at. I don't know. People aren't really. I don't think people are looking at the grappling advantage Tate could have in this fight. So I'm on Tate.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm on Tate.
I like Tate too. Let's go. I always take the underdog in women's fights. I mean, I just think it's super probable long term.
I mean, +110 is it's
indicated the distance really much of the same. Yeah, it really is. So there it is. Misha by decision. Let's get to the next one. I'm gonna take this one off because I really like this fight. I really like this guy, Punahele Soriano, against Dustin Stoltzfus. I mean, who's a Dustin Stoltzfus fan? Who's screaming about him? Have you seen this guy? Yeah. Nobody. Fucking nobody. Puna really should win this, but like I said, I love him, but I'm not that confident in him, especially not at this -350 price tag. But yeah, maybe round 2 and 3, honestly. He's got big power. We've seen him slow down. So honestly, this one's kind of really just a pass altogether for me. There's a lot of other fights, and this one's not my favorites. Puna's got a 30% takedown defense, so I mean, yeah, I'm just not into this fight at all. I'm into him as a fighter, but I need him to kind of make a little bit of a comeback here. Hasn't been great lately. What do you have here? Anything?
Yeah, man. I think Punahele Soriano wins the fight by KO. That's probably the square play. I'm not gonna bet it. I do agree.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm off this one.
Stay away fight. The money line isn't even trustworthy. But then again, you just gotta kind of put into play. Dustin Stoltzfus isn't that good. He gets hit a lot. He's gonna try to go in for the takedown. Honestly, if you want to get contrarian with it, Stoltzfus goes in for the takedown. Soriano locks up the neck. Boom, there goes the fight. Because we know what Soriano's going to try to come in here and do. One-dimensional guy needs the KO to win. Why is the KO at even money? -105, basically. So, why is it around that even money price? I don't like it at all. ITD's -135. Don't like it at all. So
no.
This is a stay away fight. If you want to get greasy and have one play on this fight, I do. Punahele Soriano +650. So easy. Go smoke a joint. Go grab a beer. Hit a McDonald's real quick. Come back. If you cash it, you cash it. You cash. You don't. So that's what I'm on. This is a beer run fight. This is a beer run fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's true too. I don't mind that look, if Dustin shoots in for the takedowns as he is going to. Puna could snap. He's a striker mostly, but
I
he
mean,
definitely
we do
is.
have to put
They're
into
all MMA guys.
play.
He definitely got a little submission experience, and that's a very easy one to snatch. That's like the classic mistake. Don't go in with your head down for a takedown, or you get your neck snatched. And Dustin does that all the fucking time.
I mean, yeah, we have to put into
So I don't mind
play
that plus
that
650 look. I might.
what's his name? Nixick, Eric Nixick, Extreme Couture, great coach. They
He's
fix.
fantastic.
Yeah, they literally create game plans to.
Isn't he the guy that just gave Francis Ngannou a game plan over Tyson Fury?
I think it was Rafael or Darrow or whatever, and Nixick kind of working together or whatever. But yeah, he has some play to do in the striking. They just have a very, very nice layout out there. The champion in the building. So Sean Strickland, Chris Curtis.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Cody Staman's over there, I do believe. Brad Tavares is over there, I do believe. Forrest Griffin's over there, I think. Randy Couture still trains there.
In a while.
If you're on the regional scene, Maz Burnell trains there. Sada Busai trains there.
Burnell,
so Javid Basharat trains there. So it's a lot of Zell Huber trains there. It's a lot of
it's a really good gym.
Yeah, it's a great gym. I think they're on a roll. So I don't think Puna Haley loses, but I don't have enough trust in him to win the fight at minus 350. So pass for me.
No, like I'm taking a fucking minus 110 on the KO, but I may sprinkle on the sub. I think that's the only way to play it, like you said. Round 2 and round 3, again, he's getting greasy with specific times and splitting up your bets. Just take the anytime sub. Guy, who doesn't love some Carpenter Clay Guida as a plus 250 dog at 41 years old? I don't mind it. I'm probably not going to play it, but I do like the price. Because on the other side, Joaquim Silva here, he's minus 300. It's a little bit too high for me. And he's also 35. I mean, he's not some young fighter here. He's 35. He's 41. So another fighter that was at UFC 200, like we said before, Clay Guida. But I don't think they're trying to put him in a spot to win here so that they can get him to UFC 300. I would love to see him on the card, but I definitely don't think they're thinking about that. But I believe in Clay, but he's definitely slowing down. I mean, he's getting 41 and just not been doing well lately. And, these something in the water there in Brazil. So Joaquim Silva, he doesn't look 34 at all. He looks fucking crazy for his age, as most Brazilians do. So definitely going to be looking at Silva inside the distance here, unfortunately, against my guy Clay Guida.
I like it. Another Brazilian on the card.
Yeah.
I think he's going to keep this fight upright. Yeah. Yeah, man.
They love seeing finishes, right?
We fuck with him. I don't know. It's just, Clay Guida's 41 years old, bro. He's going to be in there bouncing, doing this little dude. I mean, he may wrestle fuck Silva to death, but I don't see him doing it for 3 rounds, honestly. I think Silva, honestly, catches his neck.
Comes back as a prime Clay Guida, and he has that one match where it's like, oh, my God, look at this incredible performance he put on, and then start to decline after that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope so. That'd be cool as fuck, but I think we're hoping for a miracle with that one, to be honest.
This is a fight I wanna lean Silva ITD. I think he fucking catches Guida with something, but it scares me.
He's finished 13 out of his 16 fights.
Yeah,
13 of 16 for Joaquim Silva.
It just scares me. But he doesn't really lose against wrestlers. And I don't think Guida's really a striker.
Maybe we could see
I think Guida wants to grapple more. Yeah. He is
I mean,
staying with
he
you.
always mixes it up.
He is staying with you, but
He might
in
have the
this path of
striking to be
victory,
Joaquin Silva, but Silva's a pretty big guy.
I'm about to say I don't think he wants to stand up and strike with Silva. I don't think he wants to do that. I think he
I think
wants
he
to
might have better
grapple.
like striking skills, but he's definitely losing in the power department. And like at 41, he doesn't have the reflexes or the speed like he did before to be able to win in the striking. Even though he might have the more technical experience, but yeah, he's lacking the power and the reflexes.
Nah.
I don't know. I love my guy Clay Guida,
Yeah.
but I mean,
yeah,
41. I think he might be done. He may actually, if he gets fucked up here, I could see him
Tap out,
retiring
homie.
after this fight.
Tap out. Tap out. Yeah, the numbers are just for
Where's
me.
he from, actually?
Who?
He's not from
Who?
Texas. Clay Guida.
Guida? I don't think he's from Texas. I think he's from like Illinois. Yeah, he's an Illinois boy.
Oh, Illinois. Yeah.
The Carpenter. What a lame ass nickname.
The Carpenter. Why is he lays the wood,
He's
man?
that's such a lame fucking
Smashes
name.
him with the hammer.
Yeah, old Clay. This new Clay, you're about to get your ass fucked.
I think so too. Like I said, my hat's off to Clay for everything that he's done here. But I'm not putting my hard-earned money, not just on him, but on probably any guy that's 41 years old.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Just not going to do it. I'm sorry.
I can't do it.
Shout out to you, Clay Guida. Been serviceable over all the years.
Nah, never really been a Clay Guida guy for some reason.
He had lots of fun fights back in the day when I was younger.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I don't like the guy. I'm in there burping in your face.
Diego Sanchez.
Diego Sanchez is fucking. He's disturbed. Homeboy's disturbed right now.
Did you see that Diego Sanchez Clay Guida fights?
Yeah, I mean he had nice fights. I don't know why I don't dig him.
I don't know. Yeah, I just love the old veterans. Like I said, I guess it's probably because I'm older. I've seen him for 10 years now.
Yeah, I don't dig the guy.
You get attached to somebody when you've seen them for 15 times.
I mean,
I like all these old fighters. It doesn't matter if they're not my favorites or they didn't have great performances. It's like, they're getting old. It's like I used to watch these guys on pay-per-view, when I was younger. Now I'm seeing all these guys get fucked up. So it's really easy for me to cap some of these fights because I've seen this my whole life. These guys that are getting older, my favorite old fighters, they lose.
When you're losing to Claudio Puellos, you're about to get fucked up by my guy, Silva.
Yeah, I mean, he's good too. Clay Guida never did have any submission defense, just getting old. So yeah, I could see Joaquin Silva by sub or KO, but I can't decide. So it's got to be ITD round 2, round 3. Because Clay's a tough old bastard. I'll give him that. I'll bet round 2 or 3.
Round 2 is kind of where I'm eyeing it. I was gonna take Silva round 2 in the money line to start. I think he is even money. Yeah, even money on that line. So if you don't like the minus 300, take round 1. I mean, take round 2 start, and it should be. I don't know how people's books are. I have Bovada, but it's Silva to win and round 2 to start. It's like a bout special.
Hell yeah.
It's like a bout special if you can find that. But I'll take that. I don't think he gets finished in 1. I don't think either guy gets finished in 1, and I think Silva wins. So
I think he's smart enough.
Yeah, we're taking that. I like that. Minus 120 on that. I like that a lot. That's a bet for me right now. That's
another spot where they're just screaming this guy gets smashed. And I think he loses, but I don't think he gets, fucked up. He still has all that. He's, like I said, getting older and all that, but he's got enough to survive.
Yeah.
I'd put mine in 5 minutes for sure. We got G in the house. What up, G? Thanks for stopping by with us here.
Hell yeah, homie.
I always love you being in the chat. We are... where were we at here? We were just talking about Clay Guida, good old Clay Guida and Joaquin Silva. Thinking Silva by sub or inside the distance, round 2, round 3.
I like it.
Let me know if you have anything on this fight, G. But yeah, I guess we'll jump on to the next fight here. You got good old, like I said before, this brings us back to the watching these guys ever since. You got good old Kelvin Gastelum, now a plus 100 versus Sean Brady at minus 125. This fight actually opened up at a pick'em at minus 115. Gastelum, like I said, we've seen our old legends. Everybody loves him. He fought for the belt back in the day against Israel. He had a great fight, but I think that one really took a lot out of him. We've seen a lot of regression from Kelvin ever since that fight, and he's always been trying to find himself ever since. Now down to 170. I don't think that's going to be the end all be all for him. So yeah, I got to be on Sean Brady here. I took him earlier at minus 125. I think he's moved up to minus 150 range now. What do you got here?
This is Brady's bounce back spot. Yeah, okay, yeah. G, look, G, hear me out. I like the fact that he's in good shape, but doesn't that play more in the Brady clinching onto him, getting that grip on him, and ragdolling him? He didn't even get his grappling off against Bilal. And I mean, I get people don't like Bilal. I said it to Dylan before. I get people don't like him, but look, Bilal can strike. He's a good stand-up guy. He has some behind those shots when he gets them going, and Brady just wasn't ready. The switch stances was fucking with Brady. Brady took some time off. I'm sure he's in that gym working on his strike, and I'm positive, and you could tell he got a little shiner on his eye. He got a little shiner under his eye. It was very, very small, so he's striking. He's striking, and I like Gastelum. I like Gastelum as a person. He's over there training with Triple C or whatever. But I don't.
He's
that doesn't
fight
matter
ready,
to me. Yeah, that doesn't matter to me. I think both fight ready guys lose on this card. We get another one later, but yeah, man, I'm taking Sean Brady, and I'm waiting till fight time because I like how you motherfuckers are betting Gastelum. Keep give me plus money on Brady. I beg you, please. Yeah, I don't think
we'll see that. It's already started moving in Brady's favor.
I don't think that plus 101 is good at all. So get that shit out the door, y'all. I don't know what y'all doing. Give me plus money on Brady. It's flipping on my book for some reason. For some reason, it's flipping on my book. So I'm just gonna wait. But
I will agree with you there. Gastelum's definitely
he's a little boy.
Better striker. There's no argument there. I mean,
he looks like a little boy
Sean
right
Brady
now.
should have been working on his striking, to your point.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many times have we seen a guy go back to the gym and improve his striking in fucking 6 months? Sure, he's been working on it, but he knows he's gonna have to get the takedown here over Gastelum.
I mean, of course.
Go for it. That's his game plan every time. I don't see him coming out and being like, "Oh, look, he's all well-rounded now," and he beat him everywhere.
I mean,
but I think
it's been like a year, a full
take
year,
him down and smother him.
A full year of striking coaching can do wonders for sure. Against a vet of the game already. So we talked about it. Craig Jones dominated. Craig Jones, Ben Saunders subbed him. Kimura. I do agree. He gets it down, finishes the fight. So I'm taking Sean Brady on the money line. I will also be taking the ITD line as well, just to be safe. It could be KO, could be knock sub, but he's gonna get the fight down to the ground. And ITD is very, very well priced for me to take 215. And I know he can get it down to the ground. He has 2 ways to get him out of that ring, cage, whatever you want to call it. But I'll take that. Even money. Literally, even money's a blessing, bro. I don't really see the love Gastelum's getting. You think that D1 collegiate wrestling background is gonna stop what Brady's about to bring? No, bro.
No. Traditionally, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys can get past wrestling. Nowadays, it's not working anymore. And shout out to Wine Time Sports here for being with us. What's up? He says hit that like button. Definitely hit that like button if you're in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat for being here with us.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it.
KG, I mean, I'd love to see an old dog win again, but I like you said, I think this is a spot where they're trying to get a younger guy back on track and they've been trying to promote Sean Brady, and I think he's going to be around for a long time, even if he, does happen to lose here. Knock on wood. I think he's still going to be around for a
Okay,
long ass
hear
time in the
me
welterweight
out.
division.
Hear me out, y'all. When the last time somebody actually pushed a grappling pace against KG?
Yeah, it's been mostly striking and maybe wrestling, the clinch work, fence, all that kind of shit.
Like who did
But
it? Like who
Sean's
did
gonna
it?
take
Y'all know who
take him
did
to the
it?
ground, do some real BJJ work. I can't remember one time when Kelvin faced a BJJ
Robert
specialist.
Whitaker.
Let's say,
Robert Whitaker.
I guess so, but he's never been, he never wanted to go on the ground and be a boring fighter.
Exactly.
He's one of those guys that's got a great, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but he just didn't use it against him. So yes,
Hey.
definitely see your point there.
4 for 7 on takedowns. And your boy's dropping weight. That's the big thing. I don't like you dropping weight, bro.
I mean, Jack Hermanson, okay, he faced
He
Jack
didn't
Hermanson, and
get it.
this is good because he lost by heel hook round 1 as soon as he did face a grappling specialist.
Yeah. I mean,
Chris
yeah, Jack
Weidman got him
Hermanson,
in an
wow.
arm triangle choke round 3, but that was back in 2017. But Chris Weidman's a good grappler too.
And I was gonna say,
Other than that,
Hermanson didn't even get him down. It was Gaslam who got him down, and Hermanson snatched up a ankle.
Jake Ellenberger, a good submission specialist, got round 1 back in 2014. Brian Melancon, never heard of him, but he got him with a rear naked choke round 1. So, I mean, it really shows on Kelvin's record that he lost to submission guys in round 1 and 2. And then,
exactly.
he never really faced them.
That's kind of what I was looking at when I was digging into it.
Hendrick, Tim Kennedy, Michael Bisping, Ronaldo Souza, he's a, grappling guy, but he never really attempts the, just a specialist. He's a well-rounded fighter, so it was a split decision. And then, after that, nobody except for Jack Hermanson, which he got subbed by in round 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, man.
So,
I don't. In the last couple of fights for Gaslam, no one really pressed that pace on him. No one really pushed a grappling plan on him. So hey, bro, I'm gonna take my shot on Sean Brady to bounce back here. I really like that. I really like him. Like, did you see like Chris Curtis didn't even shoot on him, and like could have won that fight if he would have shot on him. And I rate Sean Brady a well more rounded grappler than Chris Curtis. So.
for sure.
I don't know. That Chris Curtis fight was weird. I had a bet on Chris Curtis. Very frustrating fight for me. Very frustrating fight for me, but.
Yeah, I think that he won that fight. It was
yeah.
one of those greasy decisions.
I thought Chris won the fight, but I'm not gonna go
that's
back
what
to
I mean too. I mean, he kind of lost to Chris Curtis too, so maybe his record looks good, but I don't think he won that fight. So realistically, not looking as good as his record suggests.
He's still on a fucking losing streak in my eye. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Let's go, boys. Sean Brady bounce back spot.
All right.
Money line. That's my bet. I'm gonna
Sean
take
Brady.
it. I would take it now, -120, but I feel like people are gonna still pound Kevin Gastelum. Like, oh, Sean Brady, he got knocked out by Bilal. Bilal has pillow hands. Whoop-de-woo. Fuck that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna have recency bias on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
All right. Well, as we wait, we'll move on to the next fight here at bantamweight. You have Rob Font versus Davison, God of War Figueiredo, one of the best nicknames, one of my favorites. But Figgy, he's moving up to bantamweight here for the first time after his last 4 fights against Brandon Moreno. Had a long-ass 5 years fighting Brandon Moreno 4 times in a row. Now deciding, I guess, he's going to move up here. Rob Font, he also had a bit of a tough go himself against the top of the division there. But, he showed a little bit of some bad striking defense. He likes to, I think, just show off his chin a little bit. Maybe his ego gets in his way that way. Figgy may have more power. We'll see how that translates to bantamweight. I'm not going to read into that too much. But I think Figgy really should work his way around Font's boxing and not have a boxing match with him. So we saw that not work out with Brandon Moreno. As it went on, he figured out his boxing. So I think he's gonna do with the more well-rounded plan, get the takedowns, feints, maybe start with the striking, all that. But what do you have here?
Damn, G, we can't have like a good greeting. My first time on the show, we gotta be on the opposite of both bets already, bro. Yeah, man, I'm on Font. I already told you guys I'm on Font. Parlay that up with Costa. We're gonna get our money there. I think Font is gonna keep the fight upright. Gonna be way big, like 4 inches taller, 3.5 inches in reach, faster. I understand Figgy might have the power in his hands, but dude, that volume that Font's gonna put on this motherfucker, he gonna be like, why did I even move up? Why am I still fighting? I got championship money. Let me just go do what I do and be like a model out there or some shit. You know, I like Font, and giving me even money on this motherfucker was 130. I'll take that shit. You seen what he just did to my boy Yanez. You seen what he just did to Yanez. Yanez,
yeah, I was definitely on
shit.
Rob Font there.
Yanez, if he can't get his boxing going, he's done. So we know how Rob is going to do.
I knew that one was going to be a boxing match of Rob Font versus Adrian Yanez. Might as well have been a boxing match. So I took Rob Font all day, the way better boxer. He's got a really good jab. He likes to work. He knows he has that reach, and he's been doing that for a long time.
Look, hold on.
If he gets behind his jab,
you've seen the fight against Ricky Simon. What is Ricky Simon?
Davison needs to get his fucking.
What is Ricky Simon?
What his record?
No, like what kind of fighter is he? He's a wrestler. He's a grappler. I mean, he'll strike with you, but he wants to.
Yeah, I would say he's a wrestler, but he's got big.
He got some big power, and look what Rob Font did to that boy. You know,
yeah,
and he's a big boy too.
He's
bigger.
He's got that
body.
one big punch.
Bigger body, bigger than Rob.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, bigger than Figgy.
That's what I'm saying.
See, that's what I'm saying though.
He's not keeping on the feet.
That's what I'm saying though, G. I am agreeing with you on that part. I think he would try to get Rob down, but it won't work, and he's gonna be like, "Okay, I gotta make this a fun fight now. I gotta strike with this motherfucker. If I'm gonna lose because I know I can't get this motherfucker down, let me get fight of the night. Let me get a performance bonus. Let me get my bag at the end of the day. Because I think Davis and Figueiredo's on the downtrend. Moving up this late in your career, you're the god of war. That's a disadvantage at this point, bro. You took too much damage. I think Rob Font's gonna put it on him. If y'all heard in his interview, he plans on making a rude welcome for Figgy in the division. I don't like it. He's gonna be small. He's gonna be
he's mean, man. Rob Font's a mean
family man
guy.
when he's outside the cage. But when he's in that cage, he's gonna get a bag, bro. And I think Rob Font KOs this motherfucker. So round 2, round 3 KO. And I'm gonna I already took Rob Font money line in a parlay with Melson Costa. That's what I'm on. I could look stupid if he gets fucking grapple fucked by this little ass boy, or I could look good for taking Rob Font at this spot. So I do like Rob Font KO.
If Figueiredo wins, you think it's a decision, or you think you can sub Font? Because I don't see a submission here. I see them both defending, keeping it on the feet. While Figueiredo, he's gonna maybe get him to the ground, do the clinch work, push him up against the fence a little bit, and then Rob Brown breaks it up, keeps it back on the feet. But Figgy's gonna keep going for that kind of shit too. So I mean, I could really see this one going the distance too. But I think there's finishing potential on both sides, and I'm probably going to be looking if fight doesn't go the distance at a bantamweight here. I think we're going to see a few KOs and finishes on this main card, and this is one of them moving into the co-main event.
I mean, that motherfucker Simon went for 16 takedowns. Ricky Simon went for 16 takedowns and got 6 of them, and still got his ass whooped. I think even if Figgy does get him down in round 1, I think Font is going to keep that pace going on off his back He's throwing those shots that we've seen in the recent fights. Judges are grading a lot of damage, volume, who's working. And don't y'all agree? I mean, no, I don't want to say don't y'all agree, but how do y'all feel about Figgy going up in weight when he was already a gasser down in weight? Do you think it helps him? What's up?
I mean, not cutting so much. I know he's still going to be bigger, so it's more weight to hold. Like he even at 125 straight cut down, but he was still probably 135, 140, same weight he's going to be in this fight. He's just not cutting as much. It's the only difference. So maybe he'll have a bit better gas tank.
Who's on Figgy
as we
in
talk
here?
on it, I'm kind of talking myself into fucking fight goes the distance as we carry on this conversation.
Where's G at?
Over 1.5 is favored, minus 275.
I want to know what G's thinking on this fight. Are you what do you see? What do you see him grab? What do you see him grab? A decision? A sub? What's up? You see him KOing Font on the ground?
No, I don't see Figgy KOing Rob Font. He's too fucking tough. We've seen him get beat up by Cheeto Vera for 5 rounds. Like, I don't think. I don't know. If anybody gets a KO, it's Rob Font. So then, like, I don't know. I think Davidson Figueiredo is going to survive too. He either maybe it's a KO or a decision for Font. That's my final decision because we're getting all over the place here. I'm going to tighten up here. Rob Font by KO or decision. That's my look.
No, that's in depth. I like it. We're on both sides. Walk right through it. You know? So, yeah. I just wanted to hear what G was on. What he thinks you get, if anything, a decision or a sub. But let's go on to the next.
Yeah, that is it. All right, next one up. Jalen the Tarantula Turner versus Bobby King Green. Jalen Turner was minus 190, now minus 225, and Bobby Green was plus 165, plus 180. So a lot of movement up for Jalen Turner, where the books are still trying not to give out too much dog money on Green because they gave it out a lot lately. And they really should respect him here. I mean, Turner's coming in on short notice, which he always does. He fights like too much. I mean, I just don't like short notice fighters. For me, I know it was a close fight with him and Dan Hooker, but ultimately Hooker won. He went through that fight like a fucking dog, and I think Bobby Green is that same dog. He's got the cardio. He's going to push through rounds 2 and 3. Bobby gets stronger. Where we've seen Jalen Turner fade in the fights. And the one thing that really just jumped out at me is like, why is Dan Hooker minus 150? I was about to smash Dan Hooker at minus 150. And then you get a replacement, short notice, all this stuff. And he's even a bigger favorite. I'm like, I don't know about that. That's just a big red flag for me. I mean, I got to take Bobby Green here. If this line keeps increasing too, everybody jumped on Jalen. Yeah, I'm going to take Bobby Green. I got to take this dog shot here. The odds are wrong. Bobby Green does have, like G says, more fight experience. 44 fights, 13-7 for Jalen Turner. Good in the beginning, but he's starting to regress, man. He's about to be in the 500 club soon. What do you have here, Debs?
Yeah, man, we're gonna take our guy Bobby Green again. Cashed in on him last fight, plus 400. Very, very honestly, all week I was telling you, plus 400 on Bobby Green is probably the dumbest line they've given us all year.
They keep disrespecting him, man.
Jalen Turner short notice doesn't even want to be in this fight. They would like, man, they gave me more money. They felt like they forced me to fight the fight, bro. I gotta do my job. Oh man, motherfucker, look. Come get the bag.
Yeah, no, I don't like any of that. It's all big red flags, man.
You know, you took the fight.
I'm not gonna look at those red flags and then go and bet Jalen Turner at minus 250. Like, I'm not. That's stupid.
Look. Jalen Turner got one round in him.
I'd give him a round
Bobby
and a half.
Green, I don't even give him that.
If you want to be fair, you know, just to be nice, let's say give him a round and a half. They have
I'm an asshole.
minus 200, so they're favoring that too. And
Well,
then
I'm
the
an
under,
asshole,
that's
bro.
where it
So he
starts
got
to
you
favor.
one.
I know, but then the under starts to favor at minus 120. So
He
they're
got you
saying
one.
it's going to go over, but it's going to end later. So they're really saying round 2 or 3. And when you look at the
He's
numbers
so
too,
big.
they have
Did-
really low numbers. Like they're saying, oh, look at Jalen Turner, the favorite, and it's not increasing too much. 300 for round 1, 500 for round 2, and round 3. So the book tells you Jalen Turner 2 or 3. Whereas I disagree. If you go on the other side, you can take Bobby Green round 2 and 3 at plus 1,400 and plus 2,000. And that's where I'm going to be at.
Look, Jalen Turner doesn't want to be here. He has to cut a large amount of weight.
I know.
He has to cut a large amount of weight. You could hear it in his voice when he was doing his little interview. I cut his weight. Like, motherfucker, look, you got a bag to be here. This is Kevin Holland against Cam, that situation.
This is a get money for Jalen Turner spot, 100%.
You go buy some tarantulas when you get this little bag. Go buy some snakes, whatever the fuck you want to buy. I don't give a fuck. Bobby Green's gonna cash his fucking plus 200 ticket. Probably give even more money on Jalen Turner later on in the week. What is it? Already Friday though? It's already Friday, I think. So I don't know. We'll see on the weigh-ins. I want to catch Bobby Green now. What if Jalen Turner comes in tomorrow and he's off weight? That line is completely just it's gonna be fucked. You know?
You got a plus 180 on Green now, and it, like I said, it has gone up.
Yeah.
Opening line was plus 165. So I'm not going to say it's at an all-time high, but after weigh-ins, yeah, like if he looks good, it's going to maybe go up or down. Who knows?
Now.
But maybe you want to get a bit of a 180 now, and if it goes up, take
some
plus
more.
225. Yeah. If it doesn't go up, then at least you got your plus 180.
Shout out to my boy MMA Jewish Better. We were supposed to go out there to Austin this weekend. Just a weird card that I really don't want to invest too much money in. I don't even want to go to this card for some reason. I'm just like, but we were gonna hit that card up. He has $3,000 laying on Turner. So,
well, shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
With that being said, let's move on to the co-main event. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. If anybody wants to grab a drink. Hey, we are back. We got Dabs back.
Yeah, we're here,
Hell
baby.
Yeah. I'm fucking happy you could be here with us for this Austin card. It's only right that you're here for the Texas card.
Yeah, I agree.
Hell yeah. Well, Bobby Green, money line, round 2, plus 1,500, plus 2,000.
Book it.
Final thoughts there. If you don't have anything else, onto the main event.
No, I'm pretty much done on that fight. And you guys know what I'm on. I'm on that Bobby Green side. We're a numbers team over here. I take numbers. That's just not the right number for me. So, and I agree with G too, you know. So let's write that shit, G. Finally, bro,
Yeah.
a bet we agree on. Let's go.
There we go. All right. Well, nothing left to do now but talk about the main event. Beneil Dariush, best nickname in the game, Benny. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's pretty fucking
he
lame.
opened up. He's going up against Arman Saryukian. These lines opened up at pretty low numbers. They had Benny at plus 120 and Armin at minus 155. Now Armin shot up by double, minus 300, and Benny also up by double at plus 250. Now we're going back to the same fight with Bobby Green here. Sure, Dariush, older, all that, but he does have more experience. I think he's got good grappling chops and maybe the better striking than Armin Saryukian too. I mean, I know you can't do MMA math, so to say, but Armin Saryukian faced Mateusz Gamrot. Now, that was a pretty even matchup there. And Benil Dariush fucking had his way with Gamrot, made him look like a fucking child. And I think it's not crazy to say that he could do it again, especially when you have him at plus 250. It's another recency bias spot, in my opinion. You saw Benil get knocked out in his last fight against Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira is one of the best in the world. He loses one time after his 14-fight win streak, and now he sucks. I'm not going to hear it. What do you have here?
I don't think either guy gets a finish here. Let me say that up front. I don't think either guy gets a finish here.
Fair.
I understand it's a 5-round fight. There's some sort of not narrative or whatever you want to call it, but some sort of Dariush is chinny. He's susceptible to getting hit.
I don't
really know about that. And Armin,
I haven't seen it. I don't buy into that whatsoever. I don't know where people saw that.
Look,
people just don't like him, and they make up ideas. In my opinion, I don't know.
Look, and Benny is just he's so well rounded, such a family guy. He's in it for his family. He's bringing his family to the fights now. Like, you ain't trying to get fucked in your fucking fights when your family's there. Like, you took a little L last time. You got messed up. You ain't been on socials. You ain't been doing this. You ain't been doing that. You're in the gym. You're locked in. Armin Sarukian's good. Don't get me wrong, but he's susceptible to getting hit too. You know what I'm saying? And Gamrot.
Yeah, he's also never fought five rounds.
Who? Sarukian? No, I think Sarukian fought 5 rounds against Gamrot. That was a main event slot. And honestly, Gamrot won that fight. I had a bet on Gamrot, Got what? 6 takedowns, had more strikes overall, had even the significant strikes.
They did the 5-round main event, you're right.
Yeah, there was a 5-rounder. So I thought Gamrot won that fight.
All right, so he has the gas to go 5 rounds. Maybe I should go back and watch that one. I can't remember off the top of my head. If Gamrot, I think he did win that fight too, if my memory serves correct. So he would have had to start taking over in round 4 or 5. I can't remember if Armin Saryukian. I'm not going to say he looked gassed, because I would have remembered if he looked like death gassed, but he probably started to slow down in 4 or 5.
Yeah. Yeah,
I do. I don't know. I like this one. 5 rounds is a lot, but I think I do like this one to go the distance.
Yeah, geez.
Could we be talking fucking draw here at fucking 70-1? 2 fighters, very close guys here. Maybe a draw, split decision. You can take both sides playing it that way.
Yeah.
I think a draw would be stupid, but we've seen some dumb shit before. Yeah, and they're not giving out much numbers. Like, even a 5-round fight, Saryukian by decision plus 200, Benny by decision plus 500. That's really where the books are leaning. So, yeah, I don't know. But for me, I'm going to take a dog shot, straight up money line on Benny at plus 250. I think he can still go 5 rounds. I think he can hang out with this guy.
Yeah, I'm just going to take the points.
Yeah, I think he can edge a decision.
Plus 120, so. That's what I'm on. But there use point spread
nice
plus 120. Just don't get destroyed. Make a competitive fight. And we're in there.
Yeah, that's actually a really good look. I would love to be able to get on some point spreads for this one. I think that's a perfect spot to do it. Like, we're talking about a close fight, split decisions, draws, all that, which may not happen, but it's within the realm of possibility here. So I don't hate that this fight's going to be close. The point spread's definitely the best way to play that scenario.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. I love it. I'm actually jealous that I can't do it. If I'm being honest.
That's kind of where I'm eyeing.
I like that one a lot.
There for some lines.
Yeah. Then you'd still be getting the same as, his opening money line at plus 120, which I still think is crazy. That's way too big of line movements. Doubling up to say Dariush is just twice as likely. Like books had this line that, close to a pick 'em, maybe 65% chance for Armin. Now it's up to 85% and 15 to 20% for Dariush. That I don't agree with. So.
No, you really can't. So this is a numbers play for me. I'm not gonna take the money line. I don't know if Benil can just win the fight, but I like him to keep the fight close. So the point spread is ideal for me.
Yeah, definitely take the dog on the point spread. I think that's pretty much as less risk, most money bet you're gonna get on this fight. I don't want to use the word, lock or easy casher, but that one has the most probability. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, it's been 27 days, and this motherfucker went from a plus 100 to a minus 310. So I don't like that at all.
Yeah, no, it's way too big of line movements in my opinion.
Facts.
Especially for the guy that's got a lot of experience. And again, I can't stop going back to it. Like everyone's like, oh, Benil Dariush lost one time against Charles Oliveira. I mean, come on, give me a break. Who is going to finish Islam, by the way, when they fight next?
Huh?
Going to finish Islam Makhachev.
You must be smoking that hash up there in Canada, eh? Because that's never gonna fucking happen, bro. No one's finishing Islam ever again. You realize that, right?
No.
Yeah. Islam made Charles look like a fucking baby, a kid. He made Charles look like a kid.
I don't know, but that's a bit of a stretch.
What? I'm not getting carried away with anything, but yeah, G. Sprinkle that point spread too.
Yeah, that's a really good look. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely do that.
I'm on that. But let me there.
But yeah, man, I think that's about wraps it all up. What else you got?
Split decision is very, very, very.
That's what I mean. I like that.
Plus 1,400 and plus 900 is nice, especially on the Dariush side. Definitely doable.
I think they're both gonna grapple and strike. Like they're gonna mix it up everywhere, just like that Mateusz Gamrot Armin Saryukian fight, and just like the Benil Dariush Mateusz Gamrot fight. They're just all kind of the same type of fighters. That triangle, they could go on forever just fighting each other to the distance. These guys, they're all the
that might have to be
same
a bet
style.
for me.
So
yeah. Hey.
Yeah, a shot.
Take it. Worth a shot, definitely.
It is. I've seen this lots before. The more experienced guy and a big dog, like it just has to be done. And if Armin Saryukian wins, hats off to him. He deserves to go up and challenge Islam Makhachev again.
I like it. I do like it.
I feel like whichever one of these guys wins is going to be the next contender after. I think Charles Oliveira is up to, like I said. But after that, I think this is a contenders match for the lightweight belt. So
y'all need to give Gamrot his fucking run. Y'all need to give Gamrot his fucking run. Stop.
Gamrot too, but I mean he just lost, so I could see him. Either one of these guys. This is the narrative the UFC would be looking at. Give these guys the next shot, and then whichever one wins, it's a win-win for the UFC because they can do the rematch with Benil, and they can do the rematch with Armin Saryukian. Either way, they got the second fight for both parties. So I think they're going to try and do that. That's really what I think is happening here.
Jalen Turner.
That's their long term.
He lost to Gamrot. Fiziev lost to Gamrot.
He could be in the picture too. He could be in the
Sarukian
picture too. All
lost
of
to
them.
Gamrot.
Lightweight's one of the most heavy divisions, right? It's hard to. Lightweight's always been good.
Some of my favorite divisions right now. So
I mean, I like bantamweight, but they need to put together better fights. The fights we want to see. I want to see Cheeto Vera and Sean O'Malley.
That's
but
my
honestly,
guy.
I would have liked to see Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen first. But I think we're gonna get that in the future.
I don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see Sandhagen versus O'Malley right now. I don't want to
Why?
see. I don't want
You scared?
I just don't want to see.
I think they're
that
both
one.
even. That's a see it, man. As a fan, I think they're both pretty much the same. They both have the same style. They're both long and lanky. Like that's gonna be a good fucking fight.
As an O'Malley fan,
But I know why you're scared.
O'Malley backer for like the past.
Listen, we can get some plus money on O'Malley again.
Yeah, it could be. I'll take it again and again. I'm taking on every fight until he loses. Like, what the fuck? I'm an O'Malley backer. Okay. What I do.
Honestly, as a fan, as a UFC fan, I want to see Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen. As a Sean O'Malley fan, I don't want to see that
I don't
fight.
want to see that.
Because there's, it's tight. That's when he moves up to real competition, in my opinion. That's the guys that he needs to fight at the top.
After Cheeto, and then he takes a year off, and then comes and fights. Hey, Sandhagen or something. That I'm down
smash. For. Here's an early look right now. I'm going to be smashing Sean O'Malley versus Cheeto Vera.
Yeah, minus 220.
I think we can get a pick 'em.
No, I think it's minus 220. O'Malley, bro. It's minus 220 O'Malley.
I guess he is the champion. They do have to favor him a little bit more.
You have to when he just did that shit to who?
Cheeto, if Cheeto would have won his last fight, maybe I could have got to pick him.
I don't even think so.
Because then Cheeto would have been on like a win streak and all that, but he lost his last fight, so I guess that's a fair assessment.
I mean, yeah, right now
they're
getting 190.
Shall we wrap it up here? Put a little bow on this whole package, or what?
Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Well, that was the UFC Austin breakdown with my guy from Texas, the Dab Father. Thank you for being here with us. He's going to be here more and more as a co-host. As I put him on the spot more and more, he's going to show up more and more.
Yeah, I guess so.
But, man, thank you for being here with us.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to everybody else in the chat here. You got G, Wine Time Sports, Grit and Grind. Shout out to everybody and anybody else that'll listen to this in the future. I hope you do, because we're about to cash the fuck up. Let's go.